He became an Arahant. Then you can ask this question. How can a man who has killed more than 1,000 human beings attain sainthood or arahanthood within that lifetime? The answer from the Buddhist point of view is not very difficult one, very easy. Because he has not committed any of those 5 mortal things. If the Buddha kept quiet without going there, then he committed that. He killed his own mother. After that, no one can save him. So he had killed human beings, but not committed any of those mortal sins. If any one of them committed one of the mortal sins, that person cannot attain sainthood or sotapanna or anagami or arahanta within that life or in the next birth, because in the next birth in a miserable state. But in Buddhism, there is no eternal punishment, eternal hell. It is unimaginable, eternal punishment. So there will be a day after paying for all the bad karmas or sins. Again that person gets the chance to come back, to become a noble life. Because in the storehouse of consciousness, still that person has a lot of good merits. These merits still remain there. Then get the chance to ripen. So Devadatta, the Buddha says, he led a religious life. He developed meditation. He gained jhanic power, miraculous power. But he abused, misused, because before he attained his arahanthood, he misused the miraculous power for gaining more worldly power. That is how he got into trouble. But all the good deeds, all his religious activities and good karmas still remain in him. So the Buddha says, one day, after paying all the bad karma, when he come back, he will become a Pacceka Buddha. And this is the Buddhist attitude. Never condemn anybody into eternal hell or suffering. There is a limited period according to the degrees of that particular karma. Very justifiable, very reasonable. So, what happens? When Angulimala goes out for begging his food, he had to face a lot of problems. What is that? On the way, so many people disturb him, attack him, throwing stones and attacking him. Sometimes he come back to the monastery bleeding and reported to the Buddha. Then the Buddha says, you are very lucky. If I did not approach you to bring into this life, you had to suffer such a long period. Now this is only very minor incident for you to experience as a bad result for the bad deeds that you have committed. You must tolerate this. He had to face this problem because certain karmic effect we had to face within this lifetime. But he paid only about 5%. After that he attained Arahanthood and Nirvana, no more. Now another aspect of Angulimala. His name is very famous amongst our Buddhist devotees to recite Angulimala Sutta for easy childbirth. What happened? One day, when he was going out for his arms round, Angulimala was standing in one of those houses for his food. Then he heard inside the house a poor lady who was having a severe labor pain. Because those days medical facilities were not available. Stop pain and this and that. So after listening to this very pathetic situation, he came back and reported to the Buddha. I was standing in one of these houses. I heard a lady who was having severe labor pain and how she was crying and yelling. And then the Buddha said, in future, when you happen to come across this kind of case, you must recite this. After that, you can reduce their labor pain and they can have easy childbirth. So what is that? Yatohang bhagini ariyaya jatya jato nadijanami sanchicchapanam jivita oropeta tena satchena sottite hotu sotti gabbasa. Very short. You must go and recite. The meaning. Yatohang bhagini ariyaya jatya jato. Ever since that I was born in Aryan race. Arya means noble. Noble means here Arahanthood. Sanchicchapanam jivita voropeta. Intentionally or unintentionally, I have not destroyed any living being. Tena satchena. By the grace of this truth, sottite hotu, sotti gabbasati. May you find peace and the baby in your womb. That is the meaning of this sutra. Now he started this and found out very effective. Today, I do not know whether you have visited Jetavana Monastery, the ruins here and there, where the Buddha spent more than 22 years. And certain places where the Buddha and Sariputta and Ananda and Moggallana, all the disciples, stay different chamber or the rooms. There is one signboard, Angulimala Kuti. Kuti means room, where Angulimala lived in this particular room. this traditional belief is still maintained, followed by Indians. Although they are not Buddhist, many of those expecting mothers, ladies, go and sit down in this place for a short while and come back. And they believe that they can have easy childbirth because of that. So that tradition is still maintained in that country. So his name has become very, very popular, very powerful. Now, this is a very good lesson for all of us. When people ask this question, Angulimala has done a lot of bad karma. How can he attain sainthood or arahanthood or experience Nibbanic bliss? The answer given by the Buddha is this. Yocha pubbe pamajjitva pacchasona pamajjiti soimang lokang pabhaseti abbha butto chandima. When the moon is clouded, covered by dark cloud, we won't get the brightness. Later, when those dark clouds moved, again we get back the brightness. So dark clouds could not stop the brightness of the moon. In the same manner, yocha pubbe pamajjitva, due to our ignorance, misunderstanding, selfishness, we made mistake. We commit bad karma. If those bad karmas are not belong to any of those five mortal things, then what will happen? Pacchasona pamajjati. So one day we realized that we have been committing bad things, immoral things, wicked things, certain things condemned by the public. No doubt we are crazy for all these things at the moment. We know they are wrong. And then some sort of realizations appear in the mind. After this realization, they determine, make up their mind not to repeat those immoral, harmful, shameful, and which create bad reputation, to stop. Then, from that day onward, again, cultivate more and more good deeds, good karmas, do some more service to others, reduce selfishness, reduce ignorance, and try to reduce and reduce and reduce and reduce. Then what will happen? The good karma, the good thoughts, the cultivations of your mind that you have done, overcome. But after that, in the next life, if you neglect all your good karmas, then these bad karmas get the chance to come and catch you. But if you are wise, you can continue doing more and more good karmas. Then the bad karmas have no chance to catch you. After that, evaporate, extinguish or disappear. Now Angulimala's case, although murders more than 1,000, after attaining sainthood and arahanthood, he attained Nibbana, all the bad karmas evaporated or extinguished. So this is I think this you can find only in the Buddha's teaching.